Hi guys, good morning to all of you. So we are in process of the UV mapping, and last day we have done the cigarette box texturing in Photoshop. So just let me know how many of you have practiced that. How many of you practiced that? Nobody practiced. Okay, I'm assuming nobody practiced. Okay. Uh, okay, let's move forward. I tell you to practice for your betterment. Now it's up to you. You will practice or not, right? And you are not small children. You are grown enough. You can understand your betterment by your own. So, okay, let's move forward. So, okay, let me share the screen first. All right, I hope you can see my screen. And okay, and let us start. So today I told you, like, I'll show how to make cigarette texture, because cigarette box we created last day. So I'll show you how to create a cigarette. So first of all, once again, I am using a knob surface only. By using a polygon also, this can be created. But for now, I'm using a knob surface. So let's give it a rotation of 90 degree. I'm creating it at the center of the grid so that rest of the placement will be a little bit easier for us. Okay, so this will be the cigarette. All right, and now let's select this isoperm and going to surface, and let's apply planner. So this is going to be the filter size. This is going to be the filter size. Okay, and I'm taking a polygonal primitive. This is a polygonal primitive. Let's give it a rotation of 90 and scale it down. And just place it over there. You can see still it is a little bit bigger. So let's make it smaller. I should push it a little bit more. Okay, so something like this. Okay, and now I'll just duplicate it and we'll keep it over here. One primitive, I'm just keeping it over there. Okay, now what can be done? I'm going to the top view. So this will be the fire part. Okay, but I am still thinking it can go a little bit more. Okay, so this is going to be the fire part. So what I'm going to do, let's distort it. Don't select this area. Let's distort it like this. Okay, and now going to the maybe side view. Now similarly, I need to distort it. Okay, so this is going to be the fire part, but I guess you have seen I kept this area all around. I just kept this area. Okay, now this one. Let me save this. Cigarette. Now on the top of it, uh, what can be done? Let's go to the hypershade and let's create a blend. Okay, and going to the attribute editor, making it white, and let's apply blend to it, so that I can see this object properly. Okay, so now placing the second object, and you can see this will be the fire. So the fire is a little bit visible in this area. So once again, going to the top view, going to the vertex, see a little bit fire will be visible from this area. Something, and this will be the ash part. Going to the side, let's select a few more. From here also a little bit is visible. So I'm intentionally distorting it. Intentionally distorting it. What I feel in this area also, I can distort a few approximately from this area. Okay, so let's check. What I'm feeling, uh, somewhere from here also the fire should be visible. So let us see what can be done for this. So you can see the fire is visible a little bit, right? Something like this I wanted. Okay, all right, this is looking fine. And also from this area, okay, not from that, but from this. Yes, so a little bit. So this is my cigarette model. This is my cigarette model. Okay, and over here, isopam I'm taking. Over here, let's keep two isopams in this area. Okay, rather we should keep three. And going to the surface and insert isopam. And over here, I'm selecting the last one. Okay, I'm changing it a little bit, changing a little bit. Okay, because this is a burning cigarette, no? So it will not be the same everywhere. So something like this. Okay, so my modeling is ready for the cigarette. All of you understood the modeling? All of you understood the modeling part? Okay. Now we are going to do the texturing of it. So let's go to the hypershade. Tell me for cigarette, what should I take? Which material should I take for cigarette? Which material should I take? No, Jinal, there is a problem in the concept. I'm using a knob surface. In knob surface, UV unwrapping is not needed at all. Okay, so we are not going to do UV unwrapping in this case because this is a knob surface. We discussed about it that for knob surface we don't need UV unwrapping. For only polygonal surface we need UV unwrapping, and that is the difference between knobs and polygon. Okay, Sagar, you were saying Lambert. Why Lambert? How are you analyzing why Lambert? What do you think? Why Lambert?
So because a cigarette has no reflections or refractions, that's why it is plain and choose a
Correct.
Lambert.
Yes, yes. So cigarette should not have any glossiness or reflection on it. So the Lambert. Correct. So in this case, let's take a Lambert, and this will be the cigarette. So selecting this, right click on it, assign material to the selection. All right. Now in the color, I am using a RAM. Okay, a RAM. You can see the ramp is in this side, and which we don't need. So instead of VRAM, we should go to URAM. Right? We have used it previously, the RAM. And for now, actually we don't need it. So in this area, let's keep it white. And over here, the filter we need to create, right? So for that, let's choose a filter color. A little bit this side, a little bit darker. It is a burning cigarette, so a part of it is already burnt out. So keeping two tabs very close, then what will happen? Just check. I'm doing IP render, my software. So it's looking like this. Okay, you can see we are getting the sharp edge over here. Okay, now I want a ring in this area. Hmm. I want a ring in this area of the same color. So for that, let's make it a little bit bigger so that you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I am locking the white color. So the white color should be from here to there. So in between the white patch should be there. Otherwise, the ring should not come, cannot come. From here, I created another tab and just keeping it just next to it. So another sharp line. Here, there is a sharp line. So kept the white in between and another sharp line. Okay. Now I need to lock this also. So very narrow line should be there. So I'm just locking it. Then once again, creating a white tab over here. So that also should be very close. So one by one, you just need to lock a color. So going to the IPR, you can see, I'm getting a nice line over there. So let's see how is it looking. Okay, I wanted the line like this. Okay, and in cigarettes, let's try to do something. I never have done it, but today I'm feeling. Let's do something in this. So this is the last white patch, no? This one. Okay, very difficult to select from there. So in this, I am selecting the grid. Let us check if anything can be done out of it. I'm not sure I'll keep it or not, but let us check if anything can be done in this. Okay, you can see what's happening over here. Let's go to the grid and we want only this. Okay, so going to UV repetition, U repetition 0, sorry, 1. It has to be 1. It can be 4. Okay, let us check if it is 0. No, it's not happening. I'm just thinking any other way to do it, but 1 I have to keep. Let us check any other textures can be used
So
for this.
with more RAM.
Sorry?
So means हम लोग और एक RAM और RAM के अंदर ही use कर
Yes, yes,
सकते
yes, yes. Yes, yes. Definitely, that is the last option. Actually, I didn't want to do it manually. I was thinking for a shortcut. That is the reason I'm using this. Ramp is the last option. Yes. No, I'm just thinking if it is giving the chance to do it. Okay, okay, yes. This can be done. This can be done. So v width, I'm making it 0. Now it is done, right? And u width, let's make it zero point 0.5. I wanted something like this, and then going to the placement node, and instead of 4, let's make it 10. Let's make it 20. Yes, exactly. I wanted something like this. Let's make it 30, because very small uh, patterns can be there in this area. Okay, this is all right. And now let's go to the grid. Let's go to the grid. Now you can imagine, like, if by using ramp you are doing it, then it will be a tedious process, isn't it? You are going to take so much of time for this. Because of that, I'm using this. So now the line color, I'm keeping it white only, and this filler color, how much I can remember, um, a faded ultramarine blue. This color will be hardly visible, barely visible, but this pattern should be there. That paper pattern. Okay, something like this. Okay, barely visible, but the texture is there. Okay, when you will observe anything, you will come to know. Okay, so this is fine. This is fine. Now this is a burning cigarette. So in this area, we should show this is a burning cigarette, isn't it? So for that, let us do one thing, like how much the burning effect we should show. So here I'm taking another tab, and in this tab also, this is my grid. I'm just connecting my grid. Okay, so there is no problem. The white was overlapping. Now the white is not overlapping. Okay, now at the end, let's take another tab, and over here let's give a kind of burning color.
So,
Let's check.
what about late analysis? आगे वाला part आपने different object रखा है?
This one,
Yes, sir.
yes, that's a different object. That's a
Not
not even one,
building.
not even one. There are two different objects. This is separate. This is separate. These are two polygonal sphere. I just distorted the sphere. So you can see this is one sphere and this is one sphere. I just distorted it over there and kept it.
Okay.
Okay, so we are getting something like this for now. You can check. We are getting these patterns also. And for this also, we should use a texture for this. Okay, so what can be done? You can use an external texture for that, and you just can connect it in this tab. So in this tab, you just can connect that texture. So that texture, because in this very small uh, kind of bobby print, okay, very small white faded dots should be there. Okay, in the filter. For now, I'm just keeping it in a flat surface, flat color. Okay. Now the filter also I should give a color, isn't it? So for that I'm taking another Lambert. Go to the surface and Lambert. Tell me what should be the color of this filter? What do you think? What should be the color of of this filter? No, the filter cannot be orange. No, the filter is made out of cotton. Gray, gray is close. Means I'm just trying to show you how you should analyze things while doing the texturing, even the modeling, especially the texturing. See that filter. What is the use of it? It will filter the smoke, right? And what is burning inside? The tobacco is burning inside. Okay, and that smoke is coming through the filter. Then that tobacco stain should be there in the filter, isn't it? The tobacco stain. So actually the filter is kind of white. Even if not white, then the actual color of that filter, technical language, it is a bleached titanium color. Okay, but off white. In a layman language, we can say off white color. Okay, so the tobacco is coming, the tobacco smoke coming through that filter. So the tobacco stain should be there. Okay, and that is the reason the the white will be converted. So this is the Lambert for the filter we have used, and definitely we should name all these materials. This is a very good practice. Okay, so this color has to be, first I am taking a white color. Okay, it should not be white, but that tobacco stain should be there. Little bit desaturated, but
Your
still
screen
it will
is
be lighter.
freezed.
Sorry,
So screen is freezed.
my screen is freeze. 1 minute. Now you can see my screen.
Yes, sir.
All right. Hmm. So again, a kind of off-white only, but a little bit darker. Okay, a little bit darker. Fine. Now the most challenging part will be this part. This part, the ash part, the most challenging part. And what I am feeling, over here, it could be a little more distorted. It will look better. Okay, like this, it will look better. All right. Now let's come to the ash part, and for that also, I'm creating another Lambert. In the later stage, uh, now you can tell me, sir, for a small cigarette, we are using so many materials. Okay, isn't it too much? My answer will be yes, it is too much. Okay, we in production we are not going to do this. Okay, so for that, in advanced texturing, we learn that only how to uh, compress all these shaders into one shader. That we need to learn, and through the pipeline, we are going to learn that. But at the very initial stage, you people should know how to do it first. And if you cannot do this, that will be very, very difficult for you. Okay, so first, this concept should be very clear what right now we are doing. Okay, so selecting this, the Lambert is assigned to it, and now in this I am taking uh, maybe fractal. Let's check how is it looking for the ash. Okay, it is like this. I will change the color a little bit. Fractal is selected, and let us check bias maybe. Yes, frequency, it can be towards the negative side. I'm expecting a little bit bigger pattern out of it. Okay, something like this. But you know what? I'm not going to keep the color of it, but the same thing I am going to use for bump mapping actually. For that, for that I was making this. Okay, so I wanted to use a bump out of it. So this just disconnect right now. Okay, getting the bump, and it is definitely too much. So making it zero point 0.5, still looking a little bit too much. So 0.3, something like this. Okay, and if you want, if you want, this also can be added to it. But for that, what I'm doing, I'm just duplicating the network. Okay, connecting it to the color, and now this time going to the color balance and color gain, reduce a little bit. Should not be white, something like this. Okay, you can see something like this. Okay, now still it is looking like a cigarette, but it is not looking like a burning cigarette. Okay, so for the burning cigarette, guys, tell me so far you understood everything? How much I showed you? Okay, simple, right? Straightforward process. Just you need to keep doing it. So for that fire part, I'm taking another material, and that can be a blin. Oh, sorry. If you can remember, I created this material, right? Previously only. I created for the fire. So this one will be for the fire part. It is already assigned to it. Previously I created. Okay. Now, what to do? Let's check. Doing IPR render. First of all, let's select a color. You can understand it has to be a kind of orange color for the fire, but still it is not looking like fire. So the first use of ambient color. Okay. See, I'm using ambient color over here. You can see it is looking like it is glowing, or at the same time you can use in conditions also. In conditions, it will make a little bit white to this, but a fire should be very exaggerated in its hue. So that is the reason. So what is the use of ambient color? It will exaggerate the hue, isn't it? That is the reason I'm using this. Okay. So now I'm feeling it should be a little bit darker and towards the red. Okay. Something like this. Still it is not looking, it is burning. Let's make the color a little bit darker. Not helping because of ambient color. It should be a little darker. Okay, this is fine. Now, how to make it a burning cigarette? So, very simple. For the first time, I'm going to the. Okay, before that, specular color also can be a little bit more. Okay, if necessary. Going to the special effect, and we are having one property called glow intensity. Glow intensity. Okay, so let's increase it a little bit. So can you see it's now glowing? So it's too much, I can see. So just reducing it a little bit, something like this. Now you can see it is a burning cigarette. If you feel like it is still too much, then 0.05, something like this. So again, from a distance, just look at this object, and now it is a burning cigarette. From a different view, still it is a burning cigarette. Now, later on, you will learn how to create the smoke out of it. Then it will give you much more realism to it. Okay. So I guess you have learned how to do it, right? Yes. There was a question, I guess. Please tell me. Anybody was asking anything?
सर मीन
Hmm.
जो अपने ब्लेन मटेरियल है उसमें सर सरफेस शेडर भी यूज कर सकते हैं ना, सेल्फ ग्लोइंग
Sur-
मटेरियल.
Surface shader.
यस.
Surface shader also can be used. But remember one thing: if you are using surface shader, uh, the object volume you are going to lose in the surface shader. Okay, that is the reason I don't prefer using surface shader. Tanmay, glow means it should come outside. Glow. The meaning of glow is it is coming out. So how can you expect the glow inside the object itself? Glow means it is coming out. If you don't want that, then it is already there without the glow. It is still burning because of ambient color. I guess you are getting my point. Glow means I'll just show you. Suppose I'm keeping one glow and it is becoming like this. It is too much a little bit. Uh, point one. Okay. So the glow is visible. Now let's hide the source. Can you see? Only the glow is visible. Glow means it will come outside. Means it will create a kind of halo out of that shiny area. That is called glow. So glow you cannot expect like it will be only in that part and rest it will not come. No. Then you use only ambient color. I guess you are getting my point. What I'm trying to say, or maybe here it is looking a little bit too much, but because the background is black. When in the background some more elements will be there. Um, Even you need to increase the glow. This glow will not be visible. You have to increase it a little bit, maybe point 0.1 or point 0.2, something like that. When the background will be there. Now it is looking very much exaggerated, and that time it will give the appearance like this. It will come only this much when the background is there. Okay, so you cannot expect glow means it is coming out. That is the reason it is glow. Means somebody a person we say like a saint. Okay, his face was glowing. Means from his face means an illusion like light was coming out, right? So out of the surface. That's how it is a glow. Sagar, influence area, definitely you just reduce the glow strength of it, automatically it will be reduced. Actually it depends upon the size of the object we are using, that is giving glow. Okay. And another thing is, and that is most disappointing, we don't use this glow in production. Okay, this can be used, but we don't use it in production. Okay, so now uh, the second thing is you can ask me why we don't use this glow in production. Yes, because suppose you have created the glow and you have rendered it. Previously, I already discussed about this. Like for one frame in a feature film, it will take approximately 4 hours to render for one frame. So for 1 second, you are going to render 24 frames. So 24 into 4 hours. Just check how much it will be. 96 hours for 1 second. Oh, not 96. What I said, 4 hours into 24. Yes, 96 hours. Okay, for 1 second, you are rendering 96 hours. You are rendering. Now for 1 minute, 96 into 60. Okay, and that shot maybe is for, yeah, approximately one minute. So 60 into 96, let's take 100, then calculation will be a little bit easy. So 600 hours you have rendered for 1 minute of the movie. Okay. And then suddenly the director tells you that this glow is not looking correct. Just reduce the glow a little bit. You will do? Once again 600 hours of rendering? No. For that reason, what we do? The area we want the glow, we create uh, ID map for that particular area. ID map, you are going to learn that. ID map. So in compositing, you are going to learn that. Okay. So in post production, we keep that ID map and we create the glow over there in compositing only for that area. 600 hours you have rendered. Given the glow over there, director is asking you to decrease the glow a little bit. So immediately you will go to the compositing software and you can just reduce it because you have created it over there. Getting my point? This is the only reason we don't render the glow in from Maya, but we create it in post production because we don't have to do it. Uh, means we don't have to redo it. We don't have to re-render it. What we use means Sagar. ID map. Yes, we use a ID map. No, not material ID. ID map. ID map means for different objects we give different colors. Different colors. Suppose for the body of the texture, that is also a kind of design. If you are very good at compositing, automatically it will come to your mind like I need to design it. The entire body of the cigarette should be in green color and only the fire part I will keep red color. Intentionally, you are going to render like that ID map. Okay, and in the post production, the entire green part, the body part, you are going to hide. Only going to keep the red part. That is possible in post production software, and definitely the node based software like Neo Fusion, definitely very easily that can be done. Okay, and then just apply the glow. Only the red part will get the glow, not the entire part. Understood? So this is the process. I guess, guys, it is clear, right? Okay, all right. So this was the cigarette. So what you were going to do, the last day we created the cigarette box. Today we created the cigarette, and you create some full cigarette also, not all burning cigarette. You create an ashtray, and you keep this burning cigarette on that, and the whole cigarette you keep it inside the box, and you can have a kind of scene, small scene, right? Tabletop scene. Okay, so that I'm expecting from your side. Last day, what we did, we missed something actually. I'll tell you what we missed. We didn't render this. And when you render this, can you see the inside part is also getting the same texture? But what it has to be, the inside part has to get different color, white color maybe, right? Anybody? How to do it? Any guess how to do it? Yes, please tell me how to do it.
So using condition node and flip normal.
Yes, correct. So let us check. Let us try to do that. Okay. So this is our color. This is our main color we created last day, if you can remember. And I'm creating a RAM. Why RAM? To create a flat color, maybe white, just to see like the entire inside part getting white. And I'm taking a utility. And which utility should I take? Which utility? I should take condition, right? Now tell me, what should I do? Tell me, what should I do? Come on, what should I do? You can see the nodes. This will be a true color or false color.
So it will be true color. Outside color true and
Correct.
inside color.
This will be the true color, and this will be the false color, and this color has to be connected with this color. Is that fine? Let's render. Still not showing. Why? Why? Any guess? Any guess, guys? Yes. Sampler info. Sampler info. So sampler info. What should I select out of this? Flip normal, isn't it? Flip normal to first term. Let us check if connected properly. Yes. Flip normal to first term. Let us check. Now you can see the inside part is getting the white color. Okay. So if you have practiced that basic assignment we did, that cylinder assignment, then this is nothing to you. If the concept is clear, this is very simple. Anytime you can do it. This is all about the concept. If you are practicing the concepts, it will be much more clear day by day. Okay, so this was remaining in this basically. Last day I didn't do it. Okay, all of you understood this, right? What I did? It is our old assignment only. We did it previously. Yes. Now, coming back to the UV unwrapping. That is what we are doing nowadays. Okay, so I will create randomly some objects, and I will show you how to unwrap that. Okay, just to give you an idea how to deal with the objects. Okay, so
Means in condition utility we can use two sides means it's outside and inside. Means
yes.
we can मतलब दो से ज़्यादा sides use कर सकते हैं means
How come?
तीन
How come? Then we have to go to fourth dimension.
RAM
Sorry.
RAM can be used.
No, how come we will get more than two sides? We have to go to fourth dimension then, isn't it? Means I don't see the possibility of getting more than two sides. There is a plane. It has to be either or. No, it cannot be three sides. Either or. Either this side or that side. So okay, you can see just created a random house like this. Okay, and save it. Remember to save your files while doing the UV unwrapping, because anytime the Maya can crash and you will lose your model. That is the reason I'm saving it, all my files. Okay, anyway, and if you want, if you want, let's make it a little more complicated. Okay, for the UV unwrapping. Something like that. And most of the cases, the bottom faces we don't need actually. Okay, it should be like this because the ground plane will be there, so we don't need that. Okay, so suppose this is the object and you are going to unwrap it because you are going to unwrap your village scene. Now this is the time you take any object and try to unwrap it. This is your job right now. Okay, if you really want to learn the UV unwrapping, so whatever the models you have created, just try to unwrap it. So this is the object. uh, Guys, just give me 1 minute. I'll connect the charger. All right, so yes, so this is the object. I'm going to my UV editor, click on shading, and it is looking like this. And definitely you can see the house cannot look like this. Okay, so a few things to remember. First of all, we need to design this object in terms of UV shells. First, we need to think of it, like how many UV shells I'm going to create for this particular object. Okay, so for this, what I am thinking, and my suggestion also is just go with the manufacturing of the object. Okay, manufacturing of the object. So how the manufacturing is, the walls are separate, isn't it? The walls are separate. Walls material will be the separate, and these will be either haystack, straws, or tiles. It can be something like that. So this is a different object. This is a different object. Sorry, different UV shell. This is a different UV shell. This is a different UV shell, and this is the entire bottom part will be a different UV shell. It can be connected with this also. That is also fine, not a problem. Okay, so this is my plan. So for that, This is a very good practice. First, before doing anything, go to display, polygon, and texture border edges, if you can remember, right? So what I'm going to do, let's cut the connecting areas. Okay, so cut UV edge, and over here also cut the UV edge. Sorry, cut the edge. Select the UV shell of this area and keeping it aside. So this is a different object now. The entire bottom part, sorry, something wrong, right? This one is still connected with this over here. Okay, I didn't do anything for this for now. So this is separate. Now this is not separate because this is connected. So what we are going to do, select this and cut. Now let's check UV shell. So, so this entirely should be one UV shell. And this entire part, the bottom part, should be one UV shell. You understood the concept, right, guys? Three maybe. Shekhar, the layered one, I'll tell you. Okay, layered texture you were talking about, no? Layered texture or layered shader? Or at the end, just share your screen and let me check where is the problem. Okay. So you are facing any problem, please share your screen and show it to me. Others also can learn from it. Yes. So three different parts. So this is my plan basically. It is not necessary to do it, but it is a good practice. You can do it. So this is my plan. So this is the top part. How am I going to do the unwrapping of this part? I'm thinking right now. In 2000, no, I'll not make you confused. Let's do it. Going to the top view. Okay, going to the top view. From the top view, we can do a planar mapping for this. You can see. Okay, but at the same time, I'm dealing with only 14 polygons. So we also can do automatic mapping. Okay, if there are multiple polygons, then what can be done? Go to the top view and do a planar projection from the top. Okay, but in this case, because I am dealing with 14 polygons only, just going to the UV and automatic mapping. Click on the checker box and let us check if everything is fine. Everything is not fine because these are not looking square in shape. So looking better, isn't it? All right, but these edges are not looking perfect. So I'll come to those areas later on. So for now, I can see UV shell. So this one, let's click it off. This one is looking fine, and this one is also looking fine. And at the top, this edge can be connected together, right? So move and sieve. This is all right. And this part, you can see, is already connected with this. Which part? This part. and that side also this part is already connected, though it is looking like problematic, but it is not. Can you see? It is not. It is already connected with this, so this is absolutely fine. Now what about this part? Let us check. So selecting the edge over here, and this can come over here, just check and move and sieve. All right, and this also move and sieve, looking fine. Now what about these two? These two. So what I'm going to do, it's very difficult to connect it with this in the same form. Okay, so it will be nice if I can cut it from here and from here go to polygons and cut UV edge. Okay, now let's check. Selecting this polygons, move and sieve. Can you see a little problem over there, right? Just check, move and sieve. Little problem I can see, isn't it? So the shell size is problematic. Let's check. Definitely, it is a little bit bigger. Can you see? The bigger edge is connecting with the smaller one. So that's the problem. Which side? This side. This is connecting with this. Okay, so that's a scaling problem. So definitely selecting all the visuals together, and let's scale it down. And I'm matching with this. It is a little bit too much, so let's scale it up a little bit. Almost fine, a little more.
तो ऐसे रूल है क्या, मतलब सर कोई भी पार्ट हम लोग यूवी शेल अनरैप या कोई भी मैपिंग करे तो या सीव करे तो मतलब सर उसका स्क्वायर ही होना चाहिए?
Sorry.
मीन्स कोई भी ऐसे हाउस का पार्ट हम लोग यूवी शेल ले लेते हैं तो
Hmm.
उसको मैप करेंगे और रोटेट करेंगे, मतलब जो भी प्रोसेस करेंगे उसमें वो स्क्वायर ही होना चाहिए,
Yes, yes, yes,
ट्राइंगल टाइप में होना चाहिए?
yes. First of all, it has to be unfolded. Unfolded in the sense there should not be any overlapping, because just check over here. It is full of overlapping. See, how come the entire area is lying down over here? Not possible, isn't it? So overlapping is there. So that should not be there. That's why we have unfolded it first. Everything. So everything is looking green, sorry, blue, and it is perfect now. So I'm selecting this and move and sieve. Now it is looking fine. Now this area also, move and sieve. This area also, move and sieve. This area also, move and sieve. You can see now the entire top part is looking very clean to us. Okay, but you know what? The geometry is not exactly square in shape, so but still it is not bad. We are getting good result. See, we are getting good result. Entire top part is fine, absolutely fine. Okay, so this is done. Now coming to the sides. So selecting all the faces, and in this case also we are dealing with only 6 polygons. So going to UV and automatic mapping. Yes, you can see this is not proper, right? So okay, this is fine. And this side also the same problem. The roof had. All right. All right. So this is fine. Now once again, let's keep it aside. And this time, these in fact, all of these should be like this. Okay. So selecting this can be connected with this, like the cigarette box, and move and sieve. This can be connected with this, move and sieve, and this can be connected with this, move and sieve. Okay. Later on, if you think like we are wasting a little bit too much of positive area, then I can give a cut over here and I can keep this separately and I can keep this separately. But for now, it is one UV shell and this is absolutely fine. You can see absolutely fine. But what I'm feeling, just select this UV shell and I'm just trying to match these two checker boxes. Okay. Now it is fine. Okay. Now coming to this. Coming to this.
In my case, while unwrapping the table,
Hmm. While unwrapping
the
the
tables, means
table, yes.
it's जो लोअर पार्ट रहता है ना जिसके फोर साइड्स रहते हैं
Hmm.
जैसे हाउस के मिडल पार्ट के हैं,
Hmm.
तो उसमें मतलब स्केलिंग प्रॉपर नहीं आ रही थी ना तो मैंने फोर साइड्स को कट कर दिया मतलब
No, see, you can do whatever you want. You cut it, you unfold it, whatever you want, you can do it. But the final output you are getting has to be you are getting even checker boxes. That is our goal. You do whatever you want. There will be no problem.
बट सर देन स्वीविंग मतलब मूव एंड स्वीव करने में प्रॉब्लम हो रहा था मतलब प्रॉपरली प्लेस नहीं हो रहा था मतलब जैसे चाहिए वैसे एजेस कनेक्ट नहीं हो रहे सीम्स स्वीव करने में प्रॉब्लम हो रहा था
Mm,
मैं सर
no,
आपको
in
बात करना
it move and sieve will happen. Move and sieve. Then somewhere else the problem is. Somewhere else the problem is. Okay, you just can show me your file to me. I'll have a better idea. So for this, let's do one experiment. We are having four sides, no? So with only one side, let's do one experiment. I selected the faces. Go to the top view because this process you have seen automatic mapping process. Okay, so I'm showing you another process, and let's do planar mapping with camera selected, camera projection because already we are in the top view. So from the top camera, it is going to project. So just project.
सर कैमरा बेस्ड एंड प्लेन बेस्ड आर सेम ऑटोमेटिक मैपिंग
Sorry.
कैमरा मैपिंग एंड प्लेनर मैपिंग
Hmm. Hmm. No. What is your question? I didn't get.
मीन्स कैमरा मैपिंग और प्लेनर मैपिंग एक ही है
Yes, it can have actually logically both are same. Okay. So I got the scaling, but you can see here is a problem. So for this, because it has been converted into one line, And for this, I did this basically. Otherwise, automatic mapping is the correct way to do this also. Going to polygon, and let's use unfold in this case. Can you see it worked? Okay. So like this also, this can be done. It worked, and nicely it worked. I can see a problem. Okay, the problem is it is not a straight line. So for this also, now it is a little bit uh, tedious process. So select this straight line, and this is the align tool. So just click on right hand side align. So now this is a straight line. Select these three once again. Right hand side align. Sorry. Now selecting this, right hand side align. Selecting this, right hand side align. Selecting this, right hand side align. Now this is correct. This is absolutely fine now. Okay. So selecting this UV shell and keeping it outside. Now let's check for these if automatic mapping is used. Just check. Let's do automatic mapping. Hmm. So can you see we are getting so many visuals. So this is what I was telling basically for multiple objects. Uh, uh, when you are dealing with multiple polygons, you should not use automatic mapping. So here also, one by one, we have to work. So I'm just following this process only. It will be little easier for us. So take all the corners and just cut it. And now you can see we are having different divisions. Okay, selecting these two first, go to the top view, UV, planner. Now selecting this, go to the top view, UV, planner. I can see this scaling is not correct. So let's try to give a correct scaling to it. All right. Now these are fine. I'm sure so far you are not confused, right? Three parts we are getting. But the problem is again the same. This plane and this plane. Okay. And for that, I'm selecting the UVs. Remember, while using this, everywhere all the components will not work. Like when you want to cut something, you need to select the edge. When you want to unfold, you should select the UVs. Remember this. Okay. So just unfold it. That is fine. Unfold it. This is also fine. Unfold it. This is also fine. And this time you can see these are fine. We are getting straight lines. Okay. In that case it was a little bit problematic. Now this is fine. So just check. So all are working very well. Only what I am feeling, this particular UV shell, you see the scaling is not matching. So let's try to match the UV. This is all right. Coming over here, this is very important. Matching the UVs. I'm not trying to match the alignment of it, but only the scaling. Remember this. Sorry. Okay. Now this side. Okay. Looking very clean, each and everything. So there is no problem now. And if you want, this also can be connected now. But if we connect, we will have a little bit distortion. Let us check if we can connect it. Okay, we have connected it, and you can see we are getting a little bit distortion. I guess you can recognize the distortion, right? We are getting distortion. So sometimes it is preferable to keep it like that. Let us check one thing. Let's select all the four sides together if we are getting a better result. Let's check. Automatic, isn't it? So we're going to keep it like this only. We are going to get better texture alignment. This is better. So now all the scaling is matching for the object. Select all the UVs, and this is layout UVs, right? Just click on it, and you can see all the scaling still is correct. Now, what I was talking about basically before some time, that this is the positive area. Just this is a very crucial thing to understand. Listen to it very carefully. This is the positive area. We can keep our UVs, and whatever texture we are going to use, it will be applied on this positive area, because last day you have seen for the case of cigarette box. Okay, so if it is 1024, so 1024 by 1024 texture, then can you imagine more than 50% we are wasting in this case? More than 50% we are wasting in this case, right? Means we are using only 1024 by 450 resolution we are using, and rest we are just wasting. And in this also, this part we are wasting. Means hardly some pixels we are using. That is the reason. Before some time I was telling, if necessary, I will cut this and will divide it into two parts. Okay, most of the cases it will not happen, because along with the house there will be certain things. Suppose a flower pot will be there, there will be a door, some bamboo stick, you know, there will be a bullock wheel, so many things. So all the UVs can be arranged in all these areas, and you are actually not wasting anything. But in this case, right now in this file, I'm wasting the resolution. So I'm selecting this and cut UV edges. Okay, I have divided it into two parts. You can see one thick line over here, means there is a seam. Selecting everything, and once again, now can you see it is aligned properly, and we are getting smaller checker boxes now. Okay, let's do it once again. You will understand. Bigger checker boxes means texture is already pixelated. Smaller checker boxes means smaller detailing we are going to get. So just click on it. See, we are getting smaller checker boxes because now the alignment is overall. then also this is also not a very good alignment. Okay, we are wasting this area. So if we have created the door, then we could have kept it over here, the door. Okay, some other elements we could have kept it over here, but then also still wasting some resolution in these areas. I guess you are getting my point. We should not waste the resolution. What I mean to say, we should use the entire area. Then 1024 by 1024 entirely you are using, because anyway you are keeping the file size of the texture as 1K. Then why not to use it properly? So then we need to plan it accordingly, that we will keep our UVs in such a way so that entire 1K resolution is used for our model for the texturing. Guys, is that clear? What I'm discussing right now? All of you understood? Or if you are having any query, you can ask me. Any question related to this? Shekhar, yes, you can. I'll just stop sharing.
So
Yes, Sagar. You were asking how many divisions are there in this, right? So
yes,
in
sir.
this house, I have kept 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Total 7 UV shells I created, and that is fine.
डिवीजन ज्यादा रहेगा तो लाइंस आएंगी ना, मतलब वो एजेस आएंगी ना, जिसमें
Lines will not come.
ओके नहीं सर, अगर सिमलेस टेक्सचर रहेगा तो उसमें आ जाएगा ना।
No. Anyway, it is going to come, but there is something in modern technology. There is something called tri-planar projection. In that, those seams will not come. Nowadays, we use that actually.
ओके सर, बिकॉज सर मैं टेबल में मैंने 3 पार्ट में किया था, फिर
Hmm.
मैंने जितना पार्ट किया लेकिन उतना सीम्स ज्यादा आ रहे हैं।
No, for that, you just practice it in that way. We'll compromise in those themes for now. You just learn the concept for now. So don't worry. If the lines are there, just keep the lines. No problem for now.
ओके सर।